Breaking news, everybody. How's everybody doing? Welcome to a breaking news episode. A real quick one. Just wanted to come on here and break down this trade. Instant reactions. What do I think? What does this mean for the Bulls, for the Blazers, and for the Cavaliers? We'll soon find out. But without further ado, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Woj this morning pretty much broke the news and said that the Cavaliers were landing Chicago restricted free agent Lauri Markkanen on a 4-year, $67 million sign-in trade. That makes a lot of sense. And then he later broke down what the details entailed, which was obviously the Cavs getting Lauri Markkanen, and then Derrick Jones Jr. going to the Bulls, and Larry Nance going to the Blazers. The Bulls now have the top two dunkers, at least top two of the top five dunkers in the NBA without question, right? I mean, these two are freaks, and Derrick Jones and Zach LaVine. Then the Blazers get Larry Nance Jr., who is still a very good player, very underrated, only because he's played in Cleveland. He hasn't gotten much love, I would say, but he's a very good basketball player. But the main key hog of this trade is Lauri Markkanen. And a lot of people want to just disrespect this man. But the fact of the matter is Lauri Markkanen is a very, very good basketball player. And he's been injured, but when he's out there, he's very productive. And you got to love what the Cavs did, because the Cavs now have three rotational big men, right? Drafting Evan Mobley at number 3, then going Lauri Markkanen in a sign and trade, and you bring back I'm sleeping on his name right now. That's crazy. But you bring back Allen, right? Jared Allen. I was like, oh, what's his name? You bring back Jared Allen, and now you have a rim protector, a legit defensive rim protector who can do a little bit of everything on the defensive end. And you bring in the number 3 pick, who by many could be the best player in the draft, is a unicorn, all these things. And now you bring in a sniper from beyond the arc who's 7 feet tall and has other skill sets to his game offensively. I like what the Cavaliers are doing. Then you add their backcourt in Sexland, right, with Garland and Colin Sexton, with Okoro, who had a very good, at least few couple games in Summer League that I watched in Las Vegas. He's a hell of a player. He was playing with extreme confidence. So I like what the Cavs are doing. Brian Cruz says, why is Kevin Love still in Cleveland? We don't know. Well, actually, we do know. Money. Nobody wants to take on that contract. And let's be honest. If you had that much money coming to you, right, millions of dollars, why would you give that up in a buyout? Maybe he's made enough money where he's like, you know what, I want to go to a contender and get myself a ring, or fight, or at least compete for a ring. That could be in the play. Just like Blake did that, and a lot of these other vets did that. They're like, all right, well, if the team don't want to buy me out, I'll pretty much let go of most of the money, buy me out, and I'll just sign a veteran minimum with other teams. That has to come from Kevin Love, because the Cavs don't mind paying him the remainder of his contract. At the end of the day, they're not just going to pay him out and then just allow him to leave. Like, that's silly to me. Like, that's always been dumb to me, right? It's not about, oh, I'm doing him justice, or I'm doing, like, no. Like, bro, you signed the contract. Live up to your contract, and we'll go from there, right? And a little bit more details from the trade was that Portland sends a lottery-protected 2022 pick to the Bulls. Cavs send a 2023 second-round pick via Denver to Chicago. And if the Blazers pick is protected 1 through 14 through 2028, it becomes Portland 2028 second-round pick, if not conveyed before then. So it's protected, right? It's not that big of a deal. Hey, man, it is what it is. Lauri Markkanen just didn't have a spot with the Bulls, I would say, because of all the moves that they made this offseason, which they're one of the big free agency winners. We'll see what happens, though. But going back to Kevin Love, when's he going to get bought out? If I'm the Cavs, I'm paying him millions of dollars. Just be a class act, be a professional, play your role as a mentor, I would say. and let the 3 young bigs play. That's a nice trio of rotational bigs, lots of skill sets, diversified all over the place, man. And I like what they're doing. I really do. I like what Cleveland's doing. Gang Time says, don't get why they have Mobley and Allen. Again, you can never have too many good players when you're a bad team. The Cavs are a bad team, and you're adding a good player, albeit at $67 million. But if you're Cleveland, then that becomes, hypothetically say, they're all good players, right? And there isn't enough playing time. That's a good problem to have, because then you can trade one of these 3 guys and have enough assets to get yourself another asset of need. So say you need a defensive wing. Lauri Markkanen is averaging 18-7. Just say hypothetically, Cavs are winning. That's a nice trade asset now, right? You can go to somebody else who is in desperate need of shooting, stretching out the floor, and who is 7 feet tall. It works. Or if they need a rim protector in Allen, and you just go with Evan Mobley, who should get stronger. He's now working out with Steven Adams. So hopefully some of that muscle rubs off on Evan Mobley as well, right? And then we're talking like, okay, I'm going to go with Mobley at center and Markkanen at the stretch 4 position. They're both big guys, 7-footers. These are good problems to have if you're the Cavs. You're a bad team, right? And they rebuild. You have a lot of young assets, I would say. And you really can't be mad at this, because anytime you can add talent to your roster without having to get rid of talent, you do it 10 out of 10 times. And they did it. Larry Nance did a lot of good things in Cleveland, right? He was a model citizen, but now he's going with Dame Dollar, right, to go compete for, I don't want to say championship, because I don't think that team's a championship team, but they're going to be a team to be reckoned with in the playoffs. And if everything goes well, I mean, you just never know. Injuries happen all the time, and they need that type of tough-minded, athletic, stretch, small ball center, I would say. And Larry Nance obviously can't play the stretch 4 as well. He'll probably start at the stretch 4 along with Nurkic. And then in crunch time situations, you'll probably have him play him center. That's how I see him fitting with the Portland Trailblazers. And as far as Derrick Jones Jr., it's good depth, right? You add depth to the roster, athleticism, some defensive ability there for extra injuries. You never know what could happen to DeMar DeRozan or anybody else. So it makes sense. I think it's a good trade for everybody, and it's a win-win. You don't really see that a lot in the NBA. Brian, what's up, Brian? I'm a Lakers fan. Yeah, I know you're a Laker fan. Just realized that. Nance to the Blazers been a perfect need for them for years, but gave up a first. It's not good. It doesn't really matter, because, again, as I stated earlier, the first is protected till 2028, and it has to be 15 and up, right? If it's 1 through 14, it's heavily protected, and if it doesn't convey, it becomes a second-round pick. Not that big of a deal. You get a good player in return. It is what it is. Do you think the Kings should have thrown in there for the half of the market? I do. I really do. But, hey, they didn't do it. Always being complacent. I would say maybe they're trying to get Ben Simmons, which is the right thing to do. But if they're not, then this was definitely a missed out opportunity for me, in my opinion, right? But we'll see what happens, man. I got my ankle feeling a little bit better, so I'm going to go hoop right now with my boy Nightwing. If you guys haven't checked his channel out, Wear Testers, #1 channel for sneakerheads. Best reviews out there, the most cohesive, in-depth reviews, man. Like, Chris knows what the hell he's talking about. He's been doing it for years. The OG of, I would say, basketball sneaker reviews, Jordan sneaker reviews. I'm going to go hoop with them right now. We're going to go test out the brand new Air Jordan 36s, Legacy Edition. I tried them out 2 nights ago, just like casually, just, by myself, trying to test out my ankle. Not a big deal. I didn't like the traction, but maybe the floor is just super slippery. But still, like, really good shoes, like the ones behind me. get good traction. Although those green ones over there, right there, the Spider Mitchells aren't good in terms of traction. Love the way they look though. Pops, it pops. But those right there though, those Air Jordan 34s and those pink Russell Westbrooks and those LeBrons, those got amazing traction. But that's going to do it, y'all. Just wanted to come on here and give you guys my instant reaction on this breaking news from Woj. How's everybody doing? We'll have another video out today, if not today, tomorrow. Hope you guys have been enjoying the Chosen One series with Cade Cunningham with Houston and obviously Jalen Green with, did I say that? Cade Cunningham with Detroit and Jalen Green with Houston. And Scotty Barnes with Toronto. So we've got three that are doing really well. I think that Jalen Green is over 6,000 views already. I'm getting love from Rockets fans, so shout out to them. But what's up, Anthony? It's a good day to play. Facts. See you out there, Fulton Avenue, Sacramento, California. On behalf of the entire Basketball Zone family, I'll see you guys very, very soon. And again, the reason why I haven't been on here as much is because our AC unit broke. Just want to be transparent about it. And it's a freaking mess with insurance. Everybody's, I guess, busy and they can't come sooner. Had an AC guy come out, said there was no power. Had an electrician come out, said there was power, and there was power. He didn't know how to just, put a little bit of muscle and just try to get some power to it. It is what it is. We got screwed in all this, right? My fish almost died because the tank got super hot. Boy, but, it's still kind of cool outside. But once it hits 12 to 7, it's scorching hot in this house. It gets up to 93, 94, 95. And it's just not a good environment to do any type of content because I'm drenched in sweat. I bought a little fan. We'll see if that works. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.